An Auckland supermarket owner says he's taken eggs from cage suppliers off his shelves because it's the only way to determine if an egg is truly free range. This week, Countdown pledged to stop selling caged eggs across all its stores, but by 2025. Adrian Buckler, who owns New World in the suburb of Remuera, says his store has been free range for the past year because his customers kept coming in and demanding it.
Yeah, just continually, all the time. Why have you got these caged eggs in here and all that? And at first you thought, you can't do it, but really it's a feel the fear and do it thing. You know, you just have to have a go. Yes, we got a few people saying, why are there no cheaper caged eggs as well? But it's not that, it's so few, it's not even funny.
And we need to acknowledge that if you were going to look for a constituency who was able to afford free-range eggs, then Remuera is a good place to start, right?
Well, it's a good place to start, but I wish I could say I was the first, but Carterton and Dannevirke beat me. So, I mean, they are not the Remueras of New Zealand.
Right, so Carterton in the Wairarapa, and Dannevirke, I guess, is what, the southern Hawke's Bay, I suppose. And so they are, on the face of it, less well-heeled areas, aren't they?
And they've been, I think, about 5 or 6 years cage-free.
How do you know you're getting free-range eggs? Because this is, and I know you don't want to talk about Countdown because you don't, you compete with them, but...
Who are they? Who are those?
Yeah, okay, fair point. But how are you absolutely certain the eggs you are told are free-range are free-range?
Look, John, it's like anything, you can't be 100% sure, but what you do, you deal with people that you hope have integrity. I mean, it's all down to integrity. The suppliers that we have, you feel they're telling the truth. And if they say they're free range, I believe them. And we have had people check some other operations that are our suppliers, and they are free range. I mean, it's all down to integrity. If you're going to deal with people that are a bit dodgy, well, you don't trust them.
Yeah, and I guess when you're purchasing food, this is across the board, isn't it? I mean, if you're purchasing stuff that's called organic, I suppose, well, you can run checks on that. But the point is that you lose economies of scale here, don't you? So you are purchasing individually as a franchise owner, right?
Yes.
Whereas the most efficient and cost-effective model is to have head office purchasing in bulk. You can't do that. If you have to go to your suppliers, you have to do that yourself.
Yes.
And that's worth doing. And your customers want it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, people want to know where their food comes from these days. The world's changing. I mean, there's a lot of dodgy people out there doing a lot of dodgy things. And we're just lucky being a cooperative that we can individually tailor our store to suit the demographics. So, yeah. I mean, the wider business is always looking at how we can do even more than what we're already doing. So, for example, Pam's, which is our cooperative brand...
Your house brand?
Yes, has been 100% cage-free since 2008. So, and we need to work closely with suppliers, which is what we've been doing, and we'll continue to do so. And
then we start to look at caged pork. Are you selling that?
We do Freedom Farms pork only. No, we don't. We don't do it.
That is Adrian Buckler, who owns the New World franchise in the suburb of Remuera.